Welcome to tutorial 2 in Flash animation, the shape tween. Once again, start off by opening Flash File Action Script 3. If your toolbar is missing, I remind you, go up to Window, Toolbars, and turn on Edit Bar. Okay. In the shape tween, which is a function not used very often, but it's kind of interesting, you're going to create an object, and you will cause the object to change shape in a short movie once again. One major difference between the shape tween and the motion tween is in this you're not changing the object using the modify symbol function. So you're not going to create it as a symbol, you're just going to create it as a vector object. All right. Go to your toolbar and turn on the oval tool. And before you do, pick the colors that you want. What colors are going to be on the outside of the oval? What color on the inside? I'm going to pick dark blue on the outside for mine, and the inside's going to be, doesn't really matter, I'm going to pick pink. And I'm going to make my oval in frame 1. So there we are, frame 1. It's got a dot in it, so it's a keyframe. And we're going to call this under layer 1, double click, and call it shape object. Now, while we're there, we're going to create a second layer, and to create layers, just go down to the bottom, and you'll see there's where the pointer is, it says new layer. Beside that is new folder, and the next one beside that is delete. So go to the first little icon down there, new layer, click on it, and layer 2 pops up. Double click and call it background. Drag the shape object to the top, so it's on the top layer. Just as in Photoshop, the layer that's on top will be the layer that's most visible. The background will be behind whatever the object is that we're going to draw. Right, go to frame 60, right click. Now previously you remember in the previous activity we did the insert frame, so insert keyframe rather, so go insert keyframe. Now in the first tutorial we did the motion tween. Now we're going to right click on any cell in between cell 1 and cell 60, click, right click, and we're going to do the create shape tween. So the previous tutorial we did the create motion tween, now create shape tween. And you'll notice when you do that, an arrow appears going from frame 1 all the way up to frame 60. If you get a broken arrow, it indicates that it didn't actually work and you have to go back and try that again. That is, remove the keyframe, put in a new keyframe, and just use your Control Z to go back to the original object. Now, go to frame 20 and right click, insert a keyframe again. And of course what you see is the object that is in frame 1. It hasn't changed. Now here's what we want to do. We want to change the shape of that and the position of it. So I'm going to select the whole object, and I'm going to move it up here to the top. Double click outside. Now bring your pointer near to, remember what you see, that rounded, that semicircle underneath the pointer. I'm going to move that edge right up. I'm going to go down here to the side and pull it out. And down here I'm going to pull this one way out. But I'm going to change the color as well. So select it. Rather, click on the inside. Click on the inside, turn on your paint bucket. And I'm going to change the color of the paint bucket. So I've changed the size of the object and the shape of the object. I'm going to change the color as well. It's going to be green inside. You can pick any color you want. So I've changed it. Go back to cell 1, frame 1 rather. It was that circle. In frame 20, which is a keyframe, it's now that. So click in between. You notice this is a vector function, it's called. It changes the shape, it recognizes the shape and tries to guess what it's going to be as it goes from. So it's changing color from that pink to the green and changing shape to whatever we have in cell 20. Okay, let's go to cell 40. Right click, insert another new keyframe. Insert keyframe, and there's where it was back in cell 20. I'm going to click outside, hit escape to turn off my paint bucket. Select the shape, move it somewhere else. I'm going to move it over here and click outside. I'm going to change the shape again. I'm going to pull it right up like that. Now, if you pull it over on itself, it loses its color. So I'm going to go Control Z. I pulled it too far. Don't fold it over itself, or you'll lose the color. Oops, sorry. Go to the outside so you see your curved pointer. Pull. I'm going to change the shape here. Oops. And on my outside. Pull it down here. Go to the top. Okay, I'm going to move the whole thing up. Up, 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 up. Edit, undo. Or Control Z. Select the whole object again. I'm having problems getting the top of it there. I'm going to push it right in there. Pull it out there. Down here. And I'm going to rotate it. Turn on the transform tool, make a box around it. I'm going to rotate the entire object and enlarge it and change the color. So I select, click outside, use the select tool, click inside the object. Turn on your paint bucket. And I don't know how it got brown. I don't remember picking brown, but anyway, I'm going to pick some other color. I'm going to pick that blue. There we are, nice blue. Go to the last frame, and it's gone back to that one. So let's see what we have. So in frame 1, it was the original pink circle. Frame 20, it's that green boomerang shaped thing. In frame 40, it's the bright blue, I don't know what you'd call it, shape. And in frame 60, I've just had to go back to the original thing, but I want to move the position of it. So I'm going to move it over to the far side over here. There we go, half on, half off the stage. Remember, that area is called the stage. Click outside to finish that function and go Control, Test Movie. So it's going through a bunch of, the term we use is it's morphing. To morph means to change shape. It's going through a number of shape changes. But it's going rather fast. Now, if you go down to the bottom of your screen, there's that little part where it probably says the default setting, I think, is 24 frames per second. That's the speed at which you're viewing it. Double click in there. I'm going to change that to 6 frames per second. It's how often you're viewing it. Hit enter. And now go Control Test Movie. Slows it down considerably. You can pick a speed that you like. You can speed it up, slow it down. I'm just picking that slower speed so I can see what goes on. I'm going to close that. Now, let's go to the background layer. Click on the background layer. Click on the first cell in the background layer. I'm going to turn off, there's an eye there, turn off the shape layer and make sure you've got the first cell in the background layer turned on. Turn on your pencil tool. Now the pencil tool, you can pick any color you want. I'm going to pick, now don't pick any color that you've already made the object, otherwise it won't contrast well with it. And you can change the width of your pencil. I'm going to change the width of my pencil up to, I don't know, 10, 12. You can type in a number. I'm going to make it 15. Okay, it's 15. Enter. And let's just see what that looks like. So there's my pencil tool, right? I'm going to pick another color now. It doesn't really matter. That's sort of purple. This is going to be my background after all. So you can change the thickness and the color of the pencil. Let's turn on the pen tool and try it. Sorry, the brush tool. There's your brush tool. It's already, in my case, that nice blue, so I'll stick with that blue. And let's just see what the pencil tool looks like. It's much thinner. Same idea though, the brush tool as the pencil tool. And lastly, I'd just like you to try this one, the Deco tool. It's quite nice. Have a look at it. Watch, see what it does. It puts in a whole bunch of sort of a wallpaper pattern, a wallpaper pattern of vines, and it just fills whatever the space is with those beautiful little vines. So you can change that. There's a whole bunch of choices in there. That's at the moment it's vine fill. If you go in there though, there's other choices. There's grid fill, there's symmetry brush. I haven't tried the other ones myself, but because I happen to like this one. And it's just to give a background, an attractive background. Any old colors you want. So let the artist in you express all of your inner sentiments at this point in time and fill it up. All right. Turn your eye back on so we can see both layers. Let's see what the movie looks like now that we've got a background for our morphing object. So we go Control, Test Movie, and I can't see my background. Well, well, well. Oh, and why not? Because it's only in one frame. I forgot to do something. What do I have to do? I want to copy frame 1 all the way up to frame 60. How do we do that? Click on frame 60 in the background layer. Right click and put in a keyframe. Now it's copied it. Click outside and let's see what our control test movie is now. Better. There's our object morphing as it goes across the stage, changing colors as well as changing shape. As I said, the term morph is to do with shape. Amorphous means without shape. It's, as I say, not a tool that you'll use very often, but the shape tween could be used, for instance, for showing a flower opening up or something like that, or the blob attacking a city. And that's the end of tutorial 2, the shape tween. Save it in your technology folder as tutorial 2 shape tween. Thank you.